This week, The Fiends watched
The Cursed.
Guys, it is out there. It's on iTunes. It's on Prime. You can fucking rent it or buy it, whatever the fuck you want to do. But it's out there.
It's out there. New horror film. We just watched it, and we do not know what each other thought.
Why would we?
If you're new to the show, that's what we do. We ask each other, quick little spoiler-free, what did you think of this film? So I'm going to ask you first, you dumb fuck.
Whoa, dude. That's such a nice compliment.
It's a great compliment, right? What did you think of The Cursed?
Well, look, bitch. The Cursed is just, honestly, I felt it was a really good watch. I'm a few steps away from actually really fucking liking this movie. I just think that if you just change a couple things here and there, I think it would have like more of a rewatchable factor, and I'm sure we're going to get into it. But I'm not going to lie. I did like the lead actors. I do like Floyd Flamborough, or the fuck his name is, Boyd Flambrook, whatever his name is, and the girl from fucking, Yellowstone. But I did enjoy it. What about you with The Cursed? What did you think about it?
I think it started off pretty goddamn great, and then when the movie ended, I didn't like it. I have a lot of problems with it, which we'll get into.
Sure.
We're going to take a little deep dive into them. I do have some problems. I think it started off very strong, and then by the end of it, I was bored out of my mind, and I'm like, this thing ran 20 minutes too long. Like, a lot of prostitutes tend to do most of the time.
Well, you would know,
Yeah. So those are my immediate, short, and dumb thoughts on The Cursed.
Well, don't downplay yourself that much, Mikey. You're not that dumb. So basically, guys, it's fucking 19th century, 1800s, in France. And
So the movie starts off in 1917, right?
Yes.
It starts off in 1917 during World War I.
Yep.
And we show a guy being tended to during the war.
Yeah, he gets shot up.
Yep. Take him to the hospital. Pull out what, Mikey?
Bullets.
But one of them is a weird silver bullet. And they're like, this is not the German bullet.
Right. And like, what?
And then, boom, 35 years earlier cuts to. So what's that math?
He's 1917, so that would be 1882.
82. There you go, man.
Oh, I still got it.
1882. In a settlement, I believe that's what they were calling it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
A settlement in England, which I don't know much about England in the late 1800s,
You know more than I do.
I don't know anything.
Do.
I was like, what? I was like, all right, I don't know what this is. Like, if this settlement, okay, this guy own these people? Like, what the fuck? He's like, I own most of the land around here. Like,
okay, what about the people?
Do you own the people?
Yeah.
And you meet a brother and sister, and something's pretty obvious from the jump. We'll get into it, I guess, at the end. But you learn some things, Mikey.
Yeah, and we're gonna try our best to keep it spoiler free for the duration of this video, right?
Yes, absolutely.
We're gonna try our best. Obviously, we have some things in the middle here that are gonna kind of hint towards it, but it's fine.
You kind of know, but it's not your typical werewolf film.
Well, see, but that is one of my bigger positives about the movie.
Oh,
right?
That's one of my biggest negatives about the movie. Yeah.
Okay, because absolutely. I dug that.
Okay, so let's get into the story. So there's these gypsies that are on the land of the rich white family who lives in the largest state, and the brother and sister are the main characters. They're young, 35 years earlier. Boom, they're our main characters. And the gypsies have claims to the land, Michael.
They do.
They have claims to the land, and the white people are like, nah, dude, you ain't got no fucking claims. So what do? They gather their stupid white horses.
Cavalry and shit.
They get on them all fucking high and mighty.
Yeah.
And it's done beautifully. In a really awesome oneer. It's a oneer because they don't cut.
Right, but it's locked off.
It's locked off. It's just one wide shot of the gypsy camp being surrounded by the horses, and they just fucking start shooting people and burning the tents, killing the gypsies. It's like just torturous, right? Horrific. But I don't know if it was budgetary or that was creative, but either way, it worked for me.
That should be like a new segment on any show that you and I do. Budgetary or creative? Because I feel like it comes up no matter what we talk about, but it's a good point, though. I don't know. I think it might have just been creative. Would you lean towards that?
I think it's a little bit of both.
It could be, sure.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden you're cut in close to the two main gypsies who get tortured. And so I think they kind of, I think it was both. It's easier to shoot something like that, basically.
Yeah, but the restraints though is that everything has to go right because they obviously have things exploding and stuff like that, and things afire. Yeah,
but it doesn't have to go right because it's mayhem, right? So it's not controlled mayhem. It's like 4 tents, and then they light one on fire, and then, so I think it's easier to do it like that. Just lock it off, film it. Okay. Just instead of having to set up different angles at different times and refilm things. Sure. Either way, it was a great shot.
Oh no, it was great. It's one of the standout shots from the film. Is them taking out the gypsies, and I love that it's in the distance.
Yes.
So that way you kind of hear like, oh, dunk, and then he just gets popped. You're like, oh shit! And it's a good, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute of just fucking chaos.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And then we get to our two main gypsies that they're really mad at, and they take one dude, tie him up like a fucking, you know, when they would tie people to the horses, you know, and then the horses would run. Think of that, guys. And then they chop his fucking ankles, chop his fucking hands.
Brutal.
Stuff him with goddamn scarecrow shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And they put him up on a fucking pole, and they make him a goddamn scarecrow.
He's still alive, dude.
Never seen that.
No.
Like, obviously, there's a lot of scarecrow shit, but I've never seen, oh, we're going to take a human who was breathing 5 minutes before, and we're going to turn him into a scarecrow.
Right.
When they were stuffing him with the hay, I was like, oh, shit, dude. Or straw, so it could be straw, you know?
Okay, it's definitely, I'll tell you what it's not. It's not scarecrow shit.
That's such a cool, scarecrow shit's awesome,
That means
dude.
the shit from a scarecrow, I just wanted to point that out.
So anyway, the gypsies get slaughtered, and they scarecrow guys up, and then they plan this curse, melt silver down into teeth, and they bury this lady alive, who I guess they were husband and wife, and she's fucking,
she's cursing them as she's going down, cool music's playing.
Super, super dope gypsy curse.
Yo.
I mean, Thinner has a great one.
Thinner.
This might be top 3 curses.
Top 3 gyp curse? No question.
Dude, because we are going to curse your fucking dreams, your child's dreams, your dreams, but the dreams
wait, no, that was a part that I hated, but all right, we'll go.
So, yeah, I mean, it plays into the sins of our fathers kind of thing, right? And that comes up later in the movie with Timothy. I think the kid's name is. He actually says it.
But I did like the way how the teeth looked. It was basically like dentures, but silver kind of werewolf teeth.
Yeah.
And okay, whatever. Gypsy's buried, done. See you later. A couple days later, the kids are having dreams. Go to the scarecrow. One of the cool kids digs up the teeth, puts them in, bites our main character, the little brother. And then he gets sick, and then boom, he's gone for the rest of the movie, lost in the woods, and they're looking for him.
Yeah.
Edward, I believe his name was.
Yep.
And we kind of follow the sister and the dad and the mom, and you know, that's basically the gist of the story until we meet our main. But that was a big problem with me. Is like, who's the main? Who I didn't relate to anybody in this. I felt nothing during this, and that was a problem for me.
Okay,
that was a problem for me. We meet our main pathologist guy,
John McBride,
played by
Boyd Holbrook.
Yeah, the guy from Narcos. Good job.
Logan, yeah.
Did a good job in this.
He was the best part of the movie for me.
For sure. No. He did a great job. He was perfectly fine in this film.
Yeah.
And you know everything, right? To me, it's like you're watching it, you know everything that's going on. You know there's a beast, right? You know it's Edward. You basically know what's going on, and the characters don't. And I hate that because, like, you know already.
Yeah.
And there was zero tension and, like, zero suspense and zero mystery. And any of that none of it was there for me. And they should have structured it in a different way. And we'll get to that at the end where, I mean, they shouldn't have shown the first scene. I think that should have been done later in flashbacks, but. You know,
I agree with that for sure.
Okay.
I agree with that because you, as the audience, you're never left in the dust this entire movie. So the only thing that I was curious about, I'm like, well, who is Floyd Flambros, right? Who is fucking Boyd Holbrook? Like, what's his character? Like, what's going on? Like, why is he? Obviously, he's a pathologist, so I didn't even know that was such a big thing back then, too.
Oh, of course, no. But you knew he was hunting. He was like after the creature, basically.
Sure, but why? Obviously, that's the question, and it gets answered pretty early.
You see,
it gets
you
answered.
see a picture of his wife. He has a dream. So okay, can we get to the fucking dreams?
Let's talk
dude?
about the non-Nightmare on Elm Street
I fucking hate these horror movies that do these dreams because they mean nothing. We are learning no new information. They are a waste, and I do not like them in most films. And in this one, I especially did not like the dream sequences because they were repetitive and I wasn't learning anything new. I knew everything that the characters were going to learn. So it didn't intrigue me. It just bored me. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's showing the same thing. They're all getting drawn to that same spot.
Absolutely.
So I do agree with you also on that. Like I said, it's like this movie for me, it started off great. It did.
It really did.
It really did, because even in the rewatch, I'm going through it to get clips and stuff, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot how awesome this first 20 minutes was.
Fantastic.
Amazing, but you're
So
right.
good.
It is the pacing. It is the telling. I do wish that they did all have their own version of that dream, or a dream that was haunting to them that tied somehow to that spot or the scarecrow, but they're all going to the spot.
Or one dream. Show
like
one
a shared dream.
We don't have a main character, and that's the problem in this story for me, is that we do not have a main character. And they're like Ocean's 11, you can have an ensemble where you have like, 3, but like George Clooney's kind of like the main guy. We don't have a main character in this. We really don't. You're like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to be with this family. Okay, cool. The sister is going to be the main character. Wait, hold on. Is the mom going to be the main character? Oh, no, this pathologist guy comes in to be the main character. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Now we're so focused on the dad. And it's like there was no one for me to go, oh, I'm him. They were trying to make it your guy from Narcos, absolutely, but I feel like it failed on that front. It failed. Yeah. Nothing new, nothing fresh, nothing original. It was a throwback to the old school Hammer horror films of, the early 20th century. Totally fine. I love werewolves. That's totally fine. But the one thing I will say is that everything else in this movie was fantastic. So, I mean, the costumes, they filmed it in France. So they were in France, so it looked real. Like, you're like, oh, they're really in this castle. And the director has a quote where he said, "We tried to do as much as possible in camera because I believe it looks better." And I'll get back to that quote in a second. And do you know the original title for this?
Yeah, 6 to silver or 8 to silver?
8 for silver.
8 for silver, okay.
Don't know what that means.
So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it has something to do with that rhyme that they're singing when they're jumping rope. They like stop at 6 for something. So I think it's the continuation. 7 something something, 8 for silver. I think that's part of the rhyme. I think. I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what does it mean?
No clue.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Because they're talking about it's silver that Judas gave to. I'm like, what the fuck? You guys are getting to. This is ridiculous here.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. It's the silver that Judas got for betraying Jesus. The fuck are you talking about?
I know, and that brings me back to, and we're also two dumb idiots. Give it thumbs up.
100%.
Because I cannot stop thinking about, were those teeth already there, or were they made, Mikey, and it's driving me nuts.
I think they were made by them.
Because then if that's the case...
Yeah, I think they were made by them.
That's dumb for the story, though, to say that, oh, all the gypsies collectively had the same silver that killed Christ, just spread out in jewelry.
Kill Christ, but it contributed to killing Christ.
It's
contributed to killing Christ.
Like Christ
didn't die from the silver.
Like, here's your silver! And they stabbed him because he's like a supernatural person.
Silver for Jesus.
Yeah, but they mentioned that twice, I think. I think they mentioned literally...
Maybe 3 times.
Maybe 3, dude. And I saw the concern on Timmy's face when he's in the booth and he's talking to the sister. Like, you could feel like, oh my God, like, and he's reading Bible passages.
So Timmy is the guy who is the kind of cool kid who bit our main character and basically gave him the disease of lycanthropy, but they never say that word, but that's kind of what it is. And we're going to get into the monster in a little bit, but yeah.
Why don't we talk about the fucking monster now?
Okay, so the director said that quote, as I said.
Yeah.
We're going to do as much as we possibly can in camera because I believe it looks better. Oh, do you? Oh, do you? Except, let's make our fucking monster horribly done CGI. In 90% of the shots.
Yeah.
Horribly done CGI. I fucking hated it. I fucking hated the creature in this movie. And it made me so upset because everything else is so real.
Yeah.
The costumes, the wagons, the real horses, like everything takes so much effort to do that, to control the horses and to build these little camps and shoot in a castle. And like, then you're just going to CGI in this monster.
Yeah.
Mikey, it kind of killed it for me, man.
Oh, no, those scenes took me out of the movie, and that's unfortunate. So in my mind, just I'm agreeing with you.
No, sure.
I would say to myself, man, if only, because you know when it looks the best?
Yeah.
During the autopsy. I'm like, oh my God, it's a practical thing that they made. Like, it would have been so different to show less. Like, you can pull back on how much you have to show.
They did do that at first.
They did, 100%.
They were doing it great.
They
in
were.
dark light. They weren't. So I was like, oh, nice, man. What's this shit gonna look like?
What killed it for you?
When they finally showed the monster.
What scene, though? Do you have one
I can't
specific?
remember exactly which one it was.
I'll point it out
Okay.
because I think we're going to be on the same page with this. It's when the three people are out in the
Yeah.
field.
Yep, that's
and
what I
it's
wrote
like
down.
the first big reveal, and you go, oh, like this is a sci-fi channel monster.
Yep.
So that part took me out of it. So again, I'm just in my head, I'm going, oh man, if only they just had a quick. Give me a few frames of a real practical, and then you can just tear apart from a distance or hear screams. I'd be like, oh, like a Jaws effect, right?
Dude.
Oh, man, it could have been so awesome.
Werewolves are the one thing that you can still do practical. They are the one monster that you can still do practical. Yeah, they have noses. Absolutely. You can still do those. Dog soldiers. There's a lot of other things that where you can do those practically. If they can do it in American Werewolf in London, they can fucking do it in this, you know?
Not Silver Bullet.
Don't and you don't have to show the whole thing. You do it in that's why these directors or artists or whatever are like, oh, okay. No, we can show the whole thing and make it look, but it looks not real. It just doesn't look like it's there. Takes me right out of the movie. And since you don't have characters that I care about, you don't have tension or suspense because we know everything, it, for me, at the end of the day, falls completely flat when it's set up so good and all the markings are there for a cool throwback. And by the end of it, it outstayed its welcome, you know? It's like, it's like a cool guy that you meet at a party, and he overstays his welcome, you know?
Yeah, I've been there.
He comes in, he's pretty cool, you
Like,
know?
oh, who's this guy?
You talk to him, he's like, oh, I go cliff hanging, and I fucking, I surf with sharks, and you're like, oh, this guy's pretty cool.
Has tattoos everywhere, looks
Sure.
awesome, but guess what?
Uh,
They come right off, Mikey.
Well, no, I'm saying the guy's still cool, but I'm saying he overstays his welcome.
I was saying they were fake tattoos like the fake monster. I'm just trying to say it.
Oh.
I was just putting a comparison. You know what I'm saying? It's just not real.
Whatever he did,
Yeah,
I
did
like
the-
it.
you know?
So that's, I think, the mystery.
facade.
Yeah, I think the mystery and the lack of characters and just the genericness of the characters killed it for me. Like a guy who lost his wife. Like, all right, if you're doing it, that's in every, like, oh, he lost his wife and daughter. I see that everywhere.
That's true.
If you're doing an old school movie that has already been done 1,000 times,
Yeah.
the setting, the monster, do it to where totally subvert our expectations. Do something totally different. Do it to where we're like, oh shit, I've never seen the main character of a horror Hammer film, whatever. I don't know. I'm not making the movie, but do something to where everything was predictable and nothing entertained me past that first 30 minutes or something when there was a mystery, when I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
So that's the best way I can encompass why I didn't like this movie. Yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel it coming from you, though.
Yeah.
I understand now. I understand where you're coming from.
For sure.
Did you see? But to me, it felt like Boyd Holbrook's character, John McBride, was the main character. But I see where you're coming from because it's never really established, and they are jumping around a lot between.
And you don't meet him
son,
till 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, the son. It feels like the son's going to be. So I know what you mean.
No, or the mother.
Yeah, or
you're
the mom.
watching
That's
a
true.
scene
That's
and
true.
you're going, oh, the mom's going to be our perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, the daughter's going to be our perspective.
Right.
Oh, now they introduce pathologist. Then they wait 10 minutes and then introduce him again. And we're 40 minutes into the movie, and I'm like, it's disjointed. It's not edited well. It's not paced well. It outstays its welcome. And I'm not trying to shit all over it. I'm just saying, this is a creature feature at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's a creature feature, okay?
Creech feature.
All you need to do is I get it, focus on the pathologist. That's fine. But do it from the fucking jump. And then he meets the family. And then we slowly learn about the family and what's going on and the history. And then everything's from we're learning as he's learning. No, they show us everything all the time so we always know what's going on. And that's what I don't like in movies. You can do it right, but I don't like that if it all doesn't come together at the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I did like, though, that the fact that, again, I personally did like that it was from a curse, right?
Okay,
so it's
yeah.
not
Get into
necessarily-
that. So, okay,
I
what do
did
you
like
mean?
that. I like the fact that it was brought on to these people. Not only am I going to curse your fucking dreams, I'm going to make your kids go out there, dig this thing up.
Okay.
One of them's going to actually feel the fucking need to pop it in, bite someone else, and now it's going to start this whole fucking chain of events. Like, I thought that was cool. But
werewolves always a curse. That's
Yeah.
where you're saying like specifically a gypsy curse and the
Yes.
way that they executed it.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was in the beginning. That's why I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
cool. They're cursing that's fucking awesome. I love that. Absolutely.
And then, like, if you get bit and you survive, obviously you're going to become it. That's literally every fucking werewolf movie there is.
Exactly.
But I did like
So
the fact.
change it.
Yes, but I did think it was interesting to have them still be inside the body. So that way it was like you could almost. It's not even like they're transforming. It's like when you become this thing, this werewolf.
Yeah.
You're just in it, and you're almost like the thing, right?
But
It's
that
almost like it
doesn't
takes
hold
it
up
over.
though because of the end. Because he's not in it at the end.
Well,
you know?
see, okay, but this is are we going to save this very end for the podcast? Because I will if I have to. If you're going to put a fucking gun to my head, I'm going to.
Okay, yeah, we'll save spoilers until we do our extended edition on the podcast. So click the link in the description, go to this time code right here, and that's when we're going to get into the spoilers and kind of breaking the movie down a little bit more.
Good point. Because
Right?
I got something. I'm going to go hard on that.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
gonna
go
go hard on it,
hard,
yeah.
and I'm gonna go harder on just the movie as a whole, But I'm
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give my basic
Sure.
thoughts,
Sure.
and trying to keep it short here because guys, we got a lot of shit on the Darnell docket, and we gotta keep time tight here.
We
Gotta
do.
keep time tight. So
And at the end of the day, it's a nice little 20-minute vid for you to go, if you're interested by this, then go fucking watch
that's it. And if you guys didn't like us and you turned it off, that's fine. But if you did have any little minuscule amount of like respect for us, just do one little click on the sub button for us. It's one click for you, but it means so much to us. We're struggling artists here, guys, okay?
Feed me, please.
We're living in this room. We literally do not leave this room.
The things he makes me do at night.
I don't want to, but it's how I need to pass the time to be entertained. What do you think? We don't even have a TV in here.
Yeah,
we have to watch this through a window. My neighbor rented it.
Someone call the cops.
Jeez, man. So just try to support us a little bit. That's
Please.
all. That's really all we're asking.
Thank you.
Okay, enough of the begging shit. Sorry, guys, we begged.
But yeah, I mean, we are still going to give them some type of score here, though, aren't we,
Yeah,
though,
let's
Mikey?
score
Yeah, let's
it
score
up,
it, dude. Let's score it, and then
But
if you want to hear us,
don't
get into it.
forget, we are going to do a deep dive
Yeah.
in the podcast. You don't have to see us anymore, but you can just listen. So go to the time code before. That's when we start the extended discussion on the podcast. All you need to do is click a little fucking link, and you send it right there. You hear our dumb voices. So
They're so dumb. I hate it.
boom. But again, werewolves. So cool, right?
Yeah.
But you need fur on a werewolf. Okay. Scores.
There's no fur.
Score.
You have to go first, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give my synopsis
I'm going to
first.
give this movie a 5.5.
Okay.
5.5.
All right.
Yep. Halfway.
I'm
What
going
do
to
you
give it a 6.8.
6.8. Oh, okay. 68. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Again,
that's
just a few titty milk squirts away from just being like an 8 for me.
I think it's a couple surgically removed things away from it. I think if you re-edit it and you just and you trim it down a little bit. So let's get a surgeon in here. You know, Mikey can get a nice hot tittied stripper in here to fix his version. I want a nice little Asian surgeon to come in here and fucking and slice that shit up, dude.
I hope we can keep that in because that was gold,
dude. That's in. That's not going anywhere, bro.
All right.
So, okay, that's it. We love you and we hate you at the same time.
Literally.
But we do love werewolves and we will always support and suck a werewolf movie.
Absolutely.
If you guys want to see a fun, stupid, campy werewolf movie, go watch Big Bad Wolf. Fucking hilarious. Mid-2000s movie, low budget, but the werewolf talks and fucks with them. That's my kind of fucking werewolf.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
She's a virgin. She ain't animal. I know, I've told you about it like 6 times.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I'm gonna add to the list.
It's great. Big Bad Wolf, baby. All right. That's it. So thanks for, I don't know, getting bit and fucking putting your teeth in and sinking your teeth into us one more time.
As always.
We're gonna be back next time with something that doesn't have a furless CGI werewolf.
Thank God.